Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over a couple of the latest additions to my G48, which is my primary carry gun. This has actually changed quite a bit since it's been featured in some of my previous videos. But what I'm going to be talking about today is the magazine release and the slide release. A couple new products that have been released by NVOKE. That's NVOKE. These ones here specifically, or the mag release is specifically for use with the Shield Arms S15 magazines. NVOKE is a new company down in Florida that makes accessories for Glocks, along with some other guns that he's currently working on. Just full disclosure, David, the owner of the company, he did send me these parts for free. This by no means is going to bias any part of my my review. He did also previously send me some samples of what he was selling, mag releases for the 43X and the 43. Now these ones are made out of polymer, so they're to be used with the OEM magazines. And then with the 43, well, now they have the new Shield Z9 magazines out. If you're running OEM, you could run one of these in here, and you see 3 of them in a pack. As you see, there's different designs on them. See kind of like a diamond pattern, an arrow, and some chevrons over here. So same thing with the ones he offers for the 43X. But today's video is going to be based on the new steel ones he made. One thing that I really like about this magazine release, while here is the Shield Arms steel magazine release, and while there is nothing wrong with it per se, just me personally, I'm not really a big fan of wild and crazy different designs on guns. I like to keep them looking, I want to say OEM, even though this gun is very not OEM, but the magazine release that NVOKE offers, see, it looks almost OEM. One of the other things that I like about it is that it's got a profile that somewhat matches the contour of the grip right here. And you know, while some people, they do like the extended magazine releases that stick out really far, I know me personally, I am not a fan of those. And other than looking more OEM, it has a really nice feel to it. When you grip the gun and you have your thumb sitting over there, you get a really nice feel to it. It doesn't feel like it's protruding too far out into the gun. In addition to that, he did also send me one of his new slide releases here. Now, to be honest with you, slide release, I've never ever thought about changing one of these things out. It's a slide release. I mean, you only use it when you're disassembling your gun. It's not really a big deal. Don't even think about it. But if you look at really close, you can see that the slide release is also profiled, has kind of a roundness to it in comparison to an OEM one that's perfectly square. Now, why does that make a difference? Well, to be honest with you, again, well, I've thought before that never had any issues with the OEM one. When you feel this one in here, it's just less things to get snagged on. Can't say that I've ever really had an issue with my OEM one snagging on anything, my shirt as I'm drawing, anything like that. But when you get to feel one that has been profiled like the one that's offered here by NVOKE, you're like, oh wow, well, there's something that I never really thought that I would have to worry about. But you still get a good positive release when you go to disassemble the gun. And I'll show everybody here real quick that the gun is empty, nothing in the chamber. But when you go to release the slide, it just comes off real simple. No extra effort, no struggle to get it on. Just pull back like you normally would. Slide comes right off. So it's just one of those kind of things that is a neat little feature about, or addition that you can have for your Glock. And I do believe that David sells the magazine release and the slide release together. I wish I would have saved the packaging. It came in this little tube and it was molded in there. It looked real nice, but packaging is just packaging. But nice little upgrade that I never thought that I wanted, but now that I have it, I'm glad that I do. Moving on to back to the mag release, because this is really the big thing that I'm pretty I'm pretty excited about. So again, the Shield Arms mag release, nothing really wrong with it per se. The pattern I'm not super crazy about, but you know, it is recommended by Shield Arms for maximum reliability that you do use their magazine release. So that's what I always use. I just kind of accepted it, not really a big deal. Again, you can see the pattern difference there. Really a much bigger fan of this. And also profile wise, you see that the NVOKE mag release, as I mentioned, is contoured, where the Shield Arms release is not. Again, it wasn't really a huge deal, but I just feel that that's a nice little added touch to it. So getting on to the function of the mag release, it works just like you would expect. Insert the mag. You see there's no flop there. Hit the mag, it jets out of there. Shield Arms mag. Other one. And then even one here with the 5-round extension. Obviously a little bit extra weight, doesn't come out as much because it's pulling friction inside of the mag well, but easy release. So works really well. This magazine here was a brand new magazine that I just took out of the package today, and I know the glare is kind of keeping you from seeing it, but it's not an issue to me. But I used to see on the forums a lot of guys complaining about how the magazine release, or at least the Shield Arms magazine released, was tearing up the finish on some of their new, I don't know if that's, I don't remember the name of the finish, but it's like a nickel looking finish, and how it was putting the good old shield gouge in the finish. And you know, again, it's a consequence of having a steel magazine release. As you push it in, it drags across the bottom of the mag release until it snaps into place, and you're just gonna get it. Well, again, this was a brand new Shield Arms magazine that I just took out of the package today. I've probably cycled it in and out probably at least half of a dozen times, and you see there's minimal wear on the magazine. So if that's something that's important to you, the NVOKE magazine has less wear on your magazine than the Shield Arms magazine release. So the thing that I'm really excited about when it comes to this mag release would be being able to use it with OEM magazines. Now, you know, I think it's pretty widely known that you don't want to use the steel mag release, or a metal mag release for that matter, along with the OEM plastic magazine release. You know, the OEM mag release is plastic. Obviously, the magazines are plastic. You want plastic on plastic and metal on metal. I can tell you with the Shield Arms magazine, while you can get an OEM magazine in there, it's pretty tough and it does chew it up pretty good. With this NVOKE magazine, not only can you put it in, but they drop right free. Now, it does put a little bit of a scratch down the side, and you do see a little bit of a burr right there from the metal magazine. I wouldn't say this is something that you should use all the time, because again, you should stick plastic on plastic and metal on metal. But for any of you guys that do want to use an OEM magazine, and you know, to be honest with you, while I do everyday carry with the Shield Arms magazines, you know, there is a little bit of negative feedback out there and people having issues with them. I do only carry one spare magazine with me when I carry, and while I have not had any problems with my Shield magazines, even with the one that has the 5-round extension, and I do also have 3 other ones. Obviously, I don't know for sure for the brand new one since I just opened it, but I haven't had any problems with mine. But my backup magazine, I do carry an OEM magazine. Sometimes I just don't care and I'll use the Shield, but I will carry a backup magazine that is OEM just in case. And it is great to see that you can put these in and they drop free. I can tell you the Shield magazine release did not do that whatsoever. For one, it was a struggle to get in, and it definitely did not drop free. It would come loose about there, and then you would have to pull the thing out. As you see here with the NVOKE, comes right on out. Goes in, minimal effort, drops free. So if you get a chance, go over to the NVOKE website. I don't have the exact web address, but if you just Google NVOKE Glock parts, you'll bring it over to his webpage. There is his logo right there. So once you see that pop up in your Google results, you'll know you're at the right spot. So I do also have a G19 aluminum mag release he had sent me over. I have yet to play around with this one yet. But as you can see, it has the same profile, and I could assume, or I'm going to guess, that considering this his shield, or I'm sorry, I should call it NVOKE S15 mag release, doesn't tear up the OEM magazine too bad, that the aluminum won't also. But I do know that he is working on putting chamfers in key places in order to minimize that. So again, if you're looking for a new magazine release that's different from the Shield Arms mag release and a little bit different style, keeps it looking a little bit more OEM, along with having a little bit more contour there, which I think looks better, go check them out. And especially if you're looking to use both S15 magazines and OEM magazine. So again, I appreciate all the views that I've been getting. I seem to get new subscribers on a somewhat regular basis. I do, again, you know, I do this just for fun. I love guns. I love accessories. I love messing with my stuff. But I definitely appreciate your viewership. If you like this video, please like it and then subscribe. Share it wherever you want with your friends on social media if it could be, if you found it to be helpful for you. That's why I do these videos, going with things that I have experienced that maybe can help anybody else out, or if they're looking at a certain product. So thank you again for watching.